Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is Sunday, June 11th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security, and I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, we'll be using DeepView today for our charting software. If you want more information, go to deepview.com for all of that. One last quick note is if you don't know already, I do have a super follow group on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. First off, you all should be hopefully following me on Twitter. I post content, all week long, but I post a ton of content for my super follow group. Some of the things that I do, again, it costs $10 a month, so there's a small fee in there, but I'm doing a crap load of work and sharing it with everybody. And so you don't have to do the work. So what is your time worth, right? Is it worth $10 a month? Maybe. I think it's a pretty good deal, actually. But what do you get? First off, my goal, keep you on the right side of the market and the best names possible. It's built for everyone, but especially who's working full time, has a family, and just doesn't have the time to look at the markets as much as I do, but want to be an active trader, right? So I'm basically doing the work for you, but you get the Cliff Notes version, if you know what Cliff Notes are. You get the short version of it, and just the parts that I think you need to know. It's the parts that I need to know, right? So that's what I'm sharing with you. I'm doing the work for me, but I'm sharing the work with all of you to so you get the parts. Okay. So again, on Sunday I do a special stocks to watch. You guys get about 10 names. I do about an hour video, sometimes less, sometimes more, but an hour going over a crap loads of names and themes and ETFs and all kinds of things for the super follow group. Again, this video is great. It gives you a lot of some idea generation, but way more in depth on my Sunday super follow stocks to watch. I also do a short focus list video with my 5 or so favorite ideas, plus a few ETFs usually on Sunday, separate video. It's about 5 to 7, maybe 10 minutes long. Again, just what you need to know to start your week, because it's what I need to know. I do a market note every Sunday. It's basically another way to me to communicate with you on what I'm seeing in the market and how I'm approaching the week. On Tuesday, I do a midweek video updated with commentary in the market, what's happening, how the positions are doing, and so on and so forth, right? And whatever I think is pertinent, what's catching my eye. Thursday, I do another market note, again, to keep you and me engaged in the opportunities and risks that may or may not be out there. Every night, I share one of my best scans. And again, it just continues the idea generation on what's going in the market. So you guys could jump on there, look real quick what's going on, and decide what you want to do. It's always your choice, right? Again, numerous charts throughout the week, whatever I see. Usually about once a week, I've been charting my best scan. Straight up, just an extra video I just doing because I'm doing the work anyway. Might as well record myself doing it and share it with everybody. Again, that's just for my super follows. People throw me charts all the time. Hey, what do you think about this chart? And I'll give my opinion on the setup. Never, I won't ever though tell you to buy or sell something, or where to do it. I'll tell you where I see the risk. Right, that's it. But it's always your decision to buy or sell. But we can have a conversation about it, and I think that's fair, right? And you get to make your decision. And again, we do that. I do that with many, many, many followers. It's about helping you maximize profits while minimizing risk on a swing trading time frame. I know how valuable all your time is, and again, I want to try to provide extreme value. Right, that's my goal. Extreme value. Again, it's $10 a month. You get all of this at the minimum, plus anything else I want to add on top of that. If you're interested in something like this, at AlphaCharts365, go to my homepage, click on the subscribe. Super easy to do. If you do it through your phone, Apple gets a whole bunch of money. If you do it through your computer, I get to keep a little bit more of the money. So do it through your computer if you can. But overall, it's again, just sign up, and I think you'll be happy with the service. I think most of the people that are on there are real happy. We've got my retention rate's pretty good, so take that for what it is. $10 a month. Subscribe. Thank you. All right, let's get to some market stuff. Okay. I think that this is a healthy market right now, right? We were watching for this expansion. It moved higher and things look like they want to move higher. So what are some names that are looking really good? Let's get into it. And I'm using Deep View right now, which is pretty cool because it has added this whole data panel, which is kind of really neat. So I may keep it open. Let's see. It makes my chart smaller, so I don't like that. So maybe we'll toggle back and forth. All right. The first one is NNOX. And I just clicked off of there. So let's change it. Perfect. All right. So NNOX. It's a name. Again, I'm gonna toggle this off. I like the bigger charts. But here we go. So again, like many names, it came on. I think was it a SPAC? No, it wasn't a SPAC. That's good. Ripped higher, totally had to create a whole new base. But now that we're looking in here, we can see it was the highest. Somebody told me that they didn't like my charts because they were not dark enough. So let's go to like a white on white. Will that help? Sorry, I'm doing this during the video. Oof. Too hard. Maybe that's a little bit better. We'll try that for these charts. Hopefully this works out. Let me know if you like the way this looks or not. Let me change one more time. I'm sorry, guys. A little darker right there. Okay. Let's just try that. See how that works. Yeah, I can't see the green. I'm so sorry about this, man. Probably shouldn't be doing this during the video, right? Let's do that. Okay. Hopefully this works. Anyway, big volume coming through. NNOX, highest volume ever, right? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And now we've gone through this consolidation period and it's coming back. And I think that this one is really good. And see how as it's pulling back, it's on lower volume. Lots of accumulation in here. NNOX looks super good right now. And so definitely one to consider. What else we got here? PLTR. Here's Palantir. It's again been a great ripper. Here came back, based out, for literally over a year. And now we're seeing a ton of volume, whether it's an AI play, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But overall, it looks great. It could not move higher here. And so we know it's going to go through a consolidation. I think if it gets close to this, 9-day EMA, I think that's a potential area to start positions. If you think it may pull back a little further, maybe the 14, maybe $14 or maybe the 23 days it comes up, kind of you get to make the decision, but overall it's looking pretty good. Again, I think it needs just maybe another day or 2 or 3 to consolidate. But if it, starts to move higher again, this one, there's a lot of people that have eyes on this one, right? A lot of volume coming in, so we like that. SYM, again, always looking for these newer, fresher names, right? And I've talked about SYM in the past, and it broke out of here, came back, retested, right? There's your 50-day, retested the 50-day, and just has been ripping to the upside ever since. Strong name, good volume. And now it's about getting good entries. It's a little bit extended, not where I'm looking for right here, but I think that there is something to be said if it can pull back maybe to $37, $38, something like that. Maybe the 9-day, which it's been riding, which we like to see it ride the 9-day. Something like that would be pretty cool. SYM. Move my notes over a little bit. CVNA Carvana. Here's a name I have not looked at or traded in a long while, but something has changed in this name, right? And it had just had earnings and really did well in earnings, gave some of it back. That's fine. There's a lot of people trapped in here, so I get that. And so now I want to see it settle down, maybe throw a couple inside days in here, right? Let these moving averages catch up and then potentially move higher from there. But this catches my eye. Then there's no sellers, right? Buyers, right? A little bit of selling right there, but again, lower than the prior day. And, again, needs to settle down. Very volatile name, know your risk. But if it holds the gap, this 9-day could pull up a couple inside days, maybe a couple double inside days or triple inside day. That'd be great, right? As on decreasing volume and let the consolidation happen. But we got to keep our eyes on Carvana, AEHR. Yeah, names that were amazing, needed to just chill the hell out, right? You know, again, maybe this trend line is in play and it needs to kind of consolidate. It looks extended. And so again, if it chills out in the first few days of the week, then we could be interested in this name. Let's zoom in on just this part, and you see like these, by getting rid of those huge bars, we can see what's been happening more recently. Buyers, no sellers. Some more buyers, no seller. Buyers decreased, right? As it's making its thing. So this little consolidation right here is what I'm watching, right? If it can kind of just another couple days, maybe, it may not be perfect for Monday morning, but let's keep our eyes on it, right? The way the market is, the likelihood the prior trend is higher, this should go higher, period. Next up is Shopify, SHOP, shop. So again, this was one of the best stocks back here, right? Unbelievable. Monster stock came back, no big deal, right? It created this new base and broke out. And what are we seeing here? I mean, what do I see? I see, a giant base, a big breakout, big volume, biggest volume it's had since, in years. We'll say in years, biggest volume in years, right? Came back right into the 23-day, and now it's got this little consolidation. Very actionable name right here, right? This is one where you could say, okay, maybe if it takes out 62.30 or something like that, I buy on the breakout right there. Maybe I could buy, depending on where you want to manage your risk. You do against the 23-day, you do against this right here, you do against the 50-day, or you could even do it against this level if you wanted to, right? I probably wouldn't go any lower than the 50-day for me, but I probably would go any lower than 23-day for me, right? Or maybe this low. Anyway, it's just Shopify name, nice consolidation shown up here. Looks like it's starting to make the right side of the base. Nice accumulation. It's what we want to see, right? That's Shopify, SHOP. Some semiconductors names. I think there's still a strong group. So this is Applied Materials, AMAT, and you see how it kind of had this consolidation, then a base on base, broke out. This is what I was looking for. A pullback that actually happened, right? Doesn't always happen that way. It happened that way this time. Pullback into the moving averages, the 9-day, and now it's starting to move higher. That's a nice consolidation, right? Overall, decent amount of accumulation, not overwhelming, but a decent amount. But as it's kind of moving sideways, we do see this dry up in volume, couldn't push it lower. That's not bad to see at all. I think Applied Materials has a chance, right? Again, it is actionable or close to actionable as is, right? So we have that one. What else? We have STM. So this is STM Microelectronics. Again, another semiconductor type name. Now, here's what I was expecting, right? Popped out, pull back, move higher. This didn't do that. So this one failed. So again, sometimes you get them right, and sometimes you get them wrong, but we can't see the future. So that's just, that was the expectation. It didn't happen. So it told us also, don't trade it, don't buy it, right? Saved us from losing money because it didn't do what we expected. Expectation breakers. All right. So what do we have here? It pulled all the way back almost to the 200-day, and now it's coming back around. So I think that we can at least get up to these prior highs right over here. And then we could see, right? We take some profits up here, let it pull back, consolidate, and then maybe it breaks out. Maybe it was just too soon. It has that giant, I hate to call it cup and handle like look, but it's a little too deep for me for this to be a true handle. That's only 20%. I mean, it's not crazy. Anyway, point is, it has a bottoming look to it. This looks to me more like a bottom than a top. And I think that STM has a chance. Two more for you. This is on semiconductors. Again, I think semiconductors is an area that we should be, at least focus on a little bit. And, it had this little consolidation basey look here, broke out, came back, retested. This is the area, right? This is the area. So it's in a buyable range. good amount of accumulation in general. If it falls below this purple area, there's probably no reason to be involved. I would say definitely by the 23 day. If it falls to the 23 day, about $85 or so, 84.75. That would be my absolute line in the sand for this particular name. Again, decent reward to risk in there. You can always start with half or quarter position, see how it reacts, and then go from there as well. And the last one is an oldie but a goodie, CRDO. Now, CRDO people got obliterated in the name back here. It's a 46% drawdown on giant volume, and it continued lower. And there's no reason, if you're in this, to stay in this name here. As it continued lower, though, we saw something very interesting happen. And let's go ahead and get this bar out of the way so we can see what's happened since, okay? And there's that bar out of the way. Perfect. So as it's forming this bottom, we saw, again, decent amount of volume, selling, selling, selling. And then here, the sellers stopped selling, right? It drifted lower. But the sellers, for the most part, stopped selling. And then the buyers took over. Boom. And then the buyers took over. And so now we're back at the scene of the crime. To me, this is the scene of the crime. But it went from a $7.50 stock to a $17 stock in a very short period. That shows some oomph behind it. And now we have this consolidation right below an extremely important level. Nice flag, right? We call that a flag. And we're seeing good positive volume come back in. This is one I have my eyes on, right? This is a nice look to it. It still has to prove itself some and may need some more consolidation. It may just need to go sideways for another week or even 2 weeks, right? That's okay. But the prior oomph right here makes me think that there is a chance. And again, we talk about overhead supply. There isn't a ton of overhead supply here, right? There is not a ton of overhead supply. If we can get above 1750, there's very little overhead supply. So that is, again, there'll be some. And my guess would be it's going to break out, retest, and go higher if it does. But this is an exciting name, right? CRDO again. Again, I never thought I'd be talking about it, but it came right back. So kudos to it. And so there was 10 names for you. Hope you liked it. Let me know below which ones you liked better, or worse, or if there's something on your radar that you like. If interested, again, my super follow, go to Alpha Charts 365, click on my name, hit subscribe. I think you'll like it. All right. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.